What is happening, everyone? Bienvenidos to join the family. Hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like before you click out of this video. And you're not gonna wanna click out because I have with me today, in this case, the Makeup by Mario collection. And it is not cream contour. That is what I was anticipating from Mario. He is the king of cream contours. If you guys remember that OG photo of Kim Kardashian, all the white and like tan on her face, you guys remember it. It's pretty iconic, I must say. His makeup is iconic. He really is just an incredible artist, and having been a freelance makeup artist myself, I am so proud of him. Mario, if you by chance happen to come across this video and see this, you are such an inspiration to so many makeup artists out there. My old manager at the NARS Boutique, not old manager, but like when we worked at the NARS Boutique, my manager then, the old days, she told me that she actually had the chance to work with Mario on the floor at Sephora. There's a lot of freelance positions where you work the floor at Sephora for various brands, and that's where she first met Mario, and he said, you just wait and see. I'm gonna be on there one of these days. And it was like an end cap or display of another makeup line. So that right there just gives me chills, and it is seriously a true testament to what hustling and grinding every day, working on your craft and just being good at what you do can really, or like where it can really take you in life. So I'm so proud of him, and I'm excited to dive into this collection. I'm not gonna sneak preview it right here. We're gonna just get right into this video. I am gonna start with the Master Eye Prep and Set in shade medium. Love this right off the bat. It reminds me of the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage, which was an OG product of mine. I used to use it all the time. Reason being, I love that there are two different tones of, I guess, skin product. This is labeled like an eyeshadow primer, but it's similar to a concealer, and Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage is a concealer with two different shades that you can custom mix and match to get your exact skin match. There is no one concealer shade that I feel like can really cover up all the various parts of your face. That is the reason why I love this product, because even as you get more tan or more pale as the seasons change, you can probably stick to one product versus buying different ones. So I'm gonna use this by Mario brush EF1. I'm gonna use the more flat side. So this one has two ends, this flat side and then a fluffy side. The bottom right here, by the way, this is powder. This is not concealer. When I opened it, I thought it was concealer because it looked so smooth. No. So the way I like to do it is I like to dip the brush into the concealer product, and I start to warm it up on my hand. This is exactly what I used to do with the Laura Mercier concealer, and it allows you to really gauge the colors. So if you start to do this and you're noticing it's too dark or too light, you can add more of each color depending on your preference. You can go lighter, darker. I can get that tan. Have I gotten that tan as of recently? No. Would I like to be this tan? Yes. So I always say when it comes to foundation and concealer, buy the darkest shade you think you would possibly be and the lightest, and then just always mix them. Or in this case, you get both in one. So I really, really love that. Do you guys see the difference? Look at how bright that looks. It has great coverage. It looks like it's blending out really nice. And then I'm just gonna use my finger to further warm it up. But look at that. Look at the difference from one eye to the other. Yes. No. So now I'm just gonna even out the other side. We're ready for that eyeshadow. I'm gonna take the fluffy side now of this brush. I'm gonna pick up the powder, and I'm only gonna dust where I crease. So I'm gonna use my finger to press in the creasing, and then I'm gonna dust it more so into the crease and not the lid, because I always love doing that. If not, I feel like powder on the lid always takes away from the pigmentation of the eyeshadow. But always powder around here. So when you blend, it doesn't skip. You don't get those like little like skid marks, if that's the word for it. Powder over powder blends more seamlessly than powder over cream. So really, really loving this product. I think it's very unique. It's very innovative, versatile. Someone like me who loves using a skin tone product like a foundation as our eyeshadow base, this is gonna be a definite yes and a go-to for me. I guess we have to see how it wears, but right now I like it. For the eyeshadow, I have 3 palettes to choose from. Absolutely love the way he separated the palettes by finishes. These are the Master Metals eyeshadow palette, the Master Metallics. So the shimmers, metallics, anything glossy and shiny, and the Master Mattes. And I feel like with all three of these palettes, you have everything you need to create a look. I mean, the colors in here, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. But then when I saw it with this and this, I don't know how to hold all three, and this, I was like, wow, you can really create whatever it is that you want. This shadow right here, as you guys can see, I've already dipped into it. It's calling my name. I'm gonna start with the Master Mattes palette. I love the variation of tones. We have highlighting tones, mid-tone browns, darker browns, cool tones, warm tones, a black, basic bitch, but not so basic, you know? I'm gonna try one of the eyeshadow brushes, which is very unlike me. I'm very anal about using my own tools that I am used to using, love using, have broken in. So for me to use a brand new brush is very, very unlike me, but we're gonna do it. This is the Mario E3 brush. They are really beautiful. The simple black and white, the ends, they all look really nice. Is this the one I was gonna use? Yes, E3. It reminds me of like the classic MAC brush that everyone's familiar with, pinched at the bottom, fluffy, but narrow, similar to my Smith 247. See how quickly I whipped that out? That's how well I know my brushes. If there is just one brush that you absolutely need to, you know, get one quality brush to do your makeup and to do it the best you possibly can, make sure you have a brush with this particular shape and, you know, fluffiness in your collection. So I think I'm gonna start by using this shade right here. I feel like it's not too dark, not too light, and it's like the perfect, a little bit warm, a little bit cool, my kind of shadow. And we are gonna start mapping out the eye shape as I like to do with my eyes open. So I go a little bit above the crease. The brush, for being brand new, honestly, I didn't even wash them, which is like probably a huge no-no right now during COVID. But to be honest, this package has been sitting for a little over a week, so I'm probably good. But to not have even washed these prior to use, they feel really, really nice. Really soft, flexible, not stiff at all. And I really love the way it's blending over top of that eyeshadow base. There's no texture. It's so funny, that concealer, for being a like heavier type of product, it really looks like there's nothing on my eyelids, just a nice clean canvas for eyeshadow. I always forget to do that. To take the little film off my mirrors. Also adding a little bit to this inner corner. I have filmed, it should be up already, a tutorial on this eyeshadow placement and technique that I just absolutely love. So I will definitely link it here if it's already live, because it should be. According to my order of filming and editing, it should be up, but you never know these days. I am gonna use the E5 brush next. Love little tiny detail brushes like this. They come in handy when you want to concentrate color just in a small area. And that's what I'm about to do. I'm gonna take the suspense. I usually practice looks beforehand, but I really wanted to try everything truly on camera, even though I kind of dabbled in it just a bit, a smidge. I dipped, you know, a pinky toe into some of the products. This is my first time fully putting it on my face. I'm like, ooh, I don't know, I'm scared. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take this cool toned brown. Again, loving that the palette has cool and warm tones. Mario. So I'm gonna take this color and add it to the inner and outer corner of the eye. Just a small amount because I wanna go into the other two shadow formulas as well. It's crazy because these shadows are so tightly packed into this palette, but so pigmented at the same time. See how much product, Mario, don't be shy. See how much product lifts up when you dip your brush in, but it's not like it's like coming off in excess and like you're gonna hit pan extremely quick. It's just very finely milled and packed in there. So I imagine this lasting you a really long time. I really love that. I'm gonna just lightly blend this shadow in with that original brush, the E3. By the way, I saw you guys' comments. My monitor and what I see here on my camera, like, I don't know, my monitor, I haven't figured out how to match it exactly to what I'm seeing in camera. So I wouldn't notice till afterwards that it was so extremely bright that you guys couldn't see detail. So I've turned down the lighting a bit, and I hope that this allows you to see detail a little better, especially for this collection in particular. Going into the Master Metallics. Like I said, I know I'm gonna use that baby blue in the metals palette. So I wanna add a little bit of this shade down here as a transition, and I'm using another brush. This is an E4. So this one is similar to the E3, the first one I was using, but this one is way more flat, not so fluffy, so I wouldn't blend with this. I would more so pack on eyeshadow with this brush. I'm gonna pack it on right over top of that dark brown shadow. Kind of like on top, and then start feathering it in. So not like completely over the dark, not black. What am I saying? Not completely over the dark brown shadow, but a little bit. And this is going on so stunning as well. Normally with shimmery shadows, you see me miss them all the time because oftentimes with shimmers, I feel like you just don't get the full color payoff. But this alone is going on very lovely. And for the inner corner, I am pretty much going over that matte shadow. And this isn't a spotlight eye. I'm gonna start calling it the deconstructed spotlight eye because I never add shadow to this middle part. This part right here, believe it or not, is what I am so excited for. Like so excited. So excited I can't speak. I needed something like this in my collection. This is the Master Metal Manipulator. It essentially is a liquid that will further intensify a metallic eyeshadow like these right here in the Master Metals palette, and also further make it resistant to coming off, and I think it makes the claim that it makes it waterproof. It reminds me of like when I did this like gold metallic sugar skull for Halloween, and I covered my entire face in something like this and a gold pigment, and it did not move. I did not budge. And this right here is a dream duo. I needed this. Also, when I first opened this, I thought it was missing an eyeshadow brush. You know how normally some palettes come with like a little brush in here like that? But it's not. It's meant to be a little palette, so you can mix the liquid and the metal eyeshadow in the palette. I actually, when I was swatching the blue, just dropped it directly into the eyeshadow and then used my hand, but you can take off excess right here. So let me show you. I grabbed this Urban Decay E207 brush, and like I said, I'm gonna just drop the liquid directly into here, like so. That's all you need. Don't go too crazy with it. And then look at how the texture changes. See how it turns into like a paste? Woo! So you could, if you wanted to, mix the different shades together. You could take off any excess, but this is where you're gonna see the true product in action. Watch this. Yes, bitch. I mean, look at this. This is the color payoff I want from my eyeshadows, okay? So that area that had no eyeshadow in the crease, I take my shimmers into that area and then blend it into the mattes, and then once most of the product has been placed on the center of the eye, I'll just lightly sweep the excess onto the brow bone like that, like kind of sprinkle it. That was a little too much. Take it back. That looks a little cray. But you guys get the general idea. It just gives you this cool effect. I'm just gonna use this brush since I'm already at it and just kind of blend out. So it doesn't look like a cut crease situation. I just further diffuse that shimmer shadow into the crease, or blend it upwards into those matte shadows. Take off any excess. If you got a little buildup, I definitely got a little buildup when I first applied it. Just look at that. Do yourself a favor and buy those liquid drops. I'm not gonna sweep it onto my brow bone this time. I'm like, why can't I see? And I'm gonna go back to the mattes and just add a little more of this brown shade right here, just to add some definition on that outer edge. Using that same brush, this is a Sephora Pro Shadow number 14 brush. So just right here, so there's a little more warmth. Yeah. He launched these 3 highlighters. This is not showing them in the best way possible whatsoever. Let me show you one at a time. These are the Master Crystal Reflectors. So we have a gold shade. Let's swatch. Oh my, what is happening to my finger there? This is the shade Citrine. They're definitely very sheer. Do you guys see that when I swatch? See how you can still see my skin? Very glittery, but really pretty, like almost like glass. I thought they were gonna be super pigmented, but it's definitely more of like a see-through, kind of like a sheen. Ooh, ooh. This one sadly broke in transit. This one is Bronzite, which I feel like would probably be the color I would gravitate towards most. I was able to smash it back into its container, but it's not domed like the rest because it broke. And then, ooh, I could see myself like tossing this over like a matte bronzer, but hold please. This right here is the one that I have been dying to use. This is the Master Secret Glow, and it is a highlighting balm gloss. I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought this. I opened up my package and I'm like, oh wow, no, I feel so bad. They forgot to fill one of the pans with the highlighters. And then I looked closely, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. It's just so crystal clear. It's supposed to not disrupt the wear of your base, your foundation, your concealer, your powder. It's supposed to go on top. Normally with products like this, I like to have the bare minimum on my face and then highlight on bare skin as much as I possibly can. So I thought we would give it a try over my normal base, what I would normally do. So I'm gonna go ahead and complete my face. I'll go back to the lower lash line when I get to it, and we will give this a try. I know the suspense for that face balm is probably killing you guys, because it's killing me as well. So let's complete the face. I'm going to just add the darker shade from the matte shadows that's in my crease onto the lower lash line. I'm using that same brush, the E5, the tiny one. I'm also gonna add a little bit of the super dark cool tone brown closest to the lower lash line. I'm just gonna lightly buff this out so it doesn't look so sharp, and then also the lower lash line. I want to add some more of the metal blue to this inner like quarter part of the lower lash line. So I'm going to use the mixer one more time in a little tiny brush just to add it to that area. Just when you thought it was time for the balm, I remembered I also have these liners, the Master Pigment Pro pencil in super black and perfect brown. I'm definitely gonna use perfect brown, but let's swatch both. I will say I was not attracted to the brush that comes on the opposite end. I don't, let me show you guys. So that's the black. This is the brush. I'm assuming it's to like smudge and smoke, but it seems a little long for that. See that? And like too flexible. So I gotta see Mario work his magic with it. So I don't know how I feel about that just now, but the pencils, so nice, so creamy, so pigmented. I am gonna go in with perfect brown. I'm gonna use this little LH sponge to just hold down my eye, on the waterline. Look how it's going on the waterline, so good. And then I'm also gonna tight line up here with it. I mean, for the waterline, goes on so pigmented. Sometimes I feel like you have to swipe so many times and you never get any color on the waterline because the waterline is naturally wet and moist. So those went on really beautifully. Because I'm gonna use the balm, I do want to try one of these on another part of my face. So I'm gonna use Bronzite for an inner corner highlight on my eye, and also we can go back and sprinkle it onto the brow bone. So I'm just gonna use a tiny little brush. This is a ColourPop E20. It's definitely more glittery than what I was anticipating. For a highlight from him, I was expecting something that was like glossy and wet, but I believe this is meant to be more so like a topper. It's just very glittery. I want to try these on my face, but I don't want to put them on and the balm over it. Oh, I'm also gonna sprinkle it. No, why do I keep trying to put shimmer there? It's not gonna happen, not today. I'm done, okay? I'm gonna do brow gel, mascara, my lip, and then we're gonna finish this video off with the balm. The moment we've all been waiting for, the Master Secret Glow. It says you can apply it with just your fingertips. I find that sometimes skin on skin contact is a little more sticky and can actually cause it to lift product. So I'm gonna use my sponge. I'm gonna pick it up directly from here. It's a small amount. I'm gonna do like a tap and roll onto the high points of the face. Actually, I feel like fingers might work better. It was sticking more than I expected it to. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, Mario knows what he's talking about. Definitely way better with your fingertips. I spoke too soon. I wouldn't use this on the center of the face. I've tried that before with balms down the center of the face and you end up looking more so sweaty. Let's try this highlighter. I don't know, I'm a little nervous because I feel like they look a little too glittery. I'm gonna use a small brush. This is a Sigma Soft Blend 20. It's supposed to be like a top. I'm probably gonna get murdered for saying this, but I'm not a huge fan of this formula. There's 2 items that I didn't use in today's video that I just wanna share. A liquid liner pen. This is the Master Mattes Liquid Liner Super Black. I am a huge fan of felt tip liners. Look at that. Just can't go wrong. They're so user-friendly. So that is also in the collection, as well as a Master Mattes Brightening Pencil Light one. So this is like a nude brightening eyeliner. Great for the waterline. I feel like this is something that he uses on Kim K all the time to really brighten up the waterline, especially for a more natural look. And that concludes the entire Makeup by Mario collection as it is now. So that is gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to share it with anyone who is maybe eyeing this collection. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Subscribe. I always end with hit that notification bell, so whenever I say it first, I get it twisted. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye.